This one was from Steven Carpenter. Now he was basically asking about Benny Snell and if he should be worried about being cut because he could be a potential or not even cap casualty, but he could be a roster cut if they decide to keep an extra lineman or extra linebacker, like we talked about as well with some of especially the outside linebacker depth right now. I'm just depending on if they're going to keep 4 or 5,
or just
how many
keeping
inside
a normal
guys.
amount of running backs.
Yeah, very true. So Benny Snell, absolutely, man. He definitely is a guy that needs to, have a really good performance tomorrow night. Part of his situation was just a lack of availability. And it's unfortunate that it lasted as long as it did, but now that he's back, you got to make up for it. You got to make up that ground. So he's going to need to be on his P's and Q's tomorrow night. And obviously all the practices going into that next game as well.
Whoa. You talk highly about Kalen Ballage too. Like he's been balling about.
Super good, man.
So it's not even Snow and what he does. At least he could maybe try to make the decision hard. Right. But Kalen's been doing really good from what you said and other reports about training camp.
Bro, Kalen, like, he's showing this gear, bro. Like, his ability to just, when he puts his foot in the ground, him getting north and south, no nonsense, physical demeanor. This is one of the things, and I've highlighted this when we did the little breakdown of Kalen Ballage. He's always falling forward. That's the other thing. You watch him in practice, he hardly is ever getting knocked backwards. Similar things about Najee Harris, right? You hardly ever see Najee, even if it's 2 guys on him, where he's falling backwards on his back. He's always falling forward, always falling forward. And that's one of the big things that Coach Tomlin always preached and always harped about, even with L. Bell. Because mentally, as a defender, that wears on you. When you're always on the end, you're always receiving. Man, psychologically, that does stuff to you, man. It at the end of the game, you over here like, bro, I just feel bad. Like, you just don't feel good about anything from that performance. And that guy obviously continues to have the other effect of that, right? That running back, you getting your confidence going even more so. So, yeah, with Kalen, though, you can see with his demeanor, especially in Pittsburgh, like, he is always falling forward, always, north and south. I definitely like his game a lot. That, to me, is the more pressing concern for Benny Snell, too. Yeah.
And that's something we saw with Ballage on some of those shitty teams he was on. Mm-hmm. And the worst case scenario, even though his overall numbers weren't phenomenal because his yards per carry were, I think, in the 3 range each time, he was on bad teams. One, it was the Jets and the Chargers, but it looked like he was pretty damn good in goal line situations.
He definitely was. Yeah.
But then we also saw some things where you're like, man, if he could put this all together with his just speed on the outside, he could catch out the backfield a little bit, and you could see him falling forward. Man, if he's in a good situation, it looks like he might have found something here in Pittsburgh. We got Harris, but maybe he could be a nice little RB2 for us to
absolutely
Harris
could
at
be.
times.
Absolutely could be. Man, I would be all for that.
And we need the goal line thing was real from last year.
Man.
I'm assuming Harris could take care of the goal line work. But, man, if we need to put Ballage in there, he could get the job done. He did it in the preseason game, first preseason game for us.
Well, we got another guy that did it last preseason game.
Let me
goal
think.
line threat, man.
Who am I missing?
Come on, baby. The forgotten child in the running back room. Don't forget him now.
Oh, Samuels.
Come on, baby. Yeah. That's our goal line back.
What, you think we'll keep him over Snell?
Nah, I'm messing.
You think they're both gone, maybe? Because then that would leave us with 3. Or I guess, I don't know what we're going to do with Edmonds, but.
Yeah, because I feel like Edmonds, he's definitely more in
Harris,
that fullback
Ballage,
range.
McFarland.
Yeah, I feel like Edmonds is competing with Watt right now for that fullback spot, for the fullback spot. But you could still with Jalen Snell. I don't know. You keep it 4. Because Kalen and Anthony McFarland,
they like throwing Samuels out there in the worst times and inopportune times. Hey, it's 3rd and short. Let's throw Samuels out there.
They definitely do. Because to me, I'm like, they'll have 3 on active. I just don't know if they'll have another guy on practice squad. And if they do, could you have either Benny Snell?
Do they have any restrictions on that this year?
From my understanding, good check. I'm not sure about that.
Because what is it usually, 2 years?
Yeah, it used to be 2 years, but since then they've expanded it and everything now. I know last year they had expanded and they took the limitations on it, but it was almost 2 separate practice squad rosters because now the practice squad is up to 16 players now.
If I can't find it right off the bat.
Yeah. But for mine, it shouldn't. If I remember correctly, it shouldn't be a restriction now. I want to say they dropped that.
Yeah, they did in 2020, right? Because of COVID. NFL to carry over flexible roster rules for 2021.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I thought they were still carrying it over.
So, yeah, this is on ESPN. It's saying expansion of practice squads of 16 players.
Yep.
including up to 6 who have been okay, yeah,
so
up to 6 who have been more than 2 accrued seasons.
Yeah, so then Benny Snell or Jalen Samuels, whichever one you feel like you could store in your practice squad, I think you would do that with them. But the 3 that I think come out the gate, obviously Najee, but then I think it'd be McFarland and Balaj. I think those probably be the 3 on the active.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just depending on
Makes
personal
sense.
preference, which one you like more, which one you feel more confident about between Benny Snell and Jalen Samuel. Because they do, like you said, they continue to put Jalen out there in important, critical situations. They just like his game.
It doesn't work though, typically.
But I know, but they like it a lot though.
Let's throw a pass to Jalen Samuels when we're backed up in our zone against the Ravens.
Yeah, bro. Like how many times have we
it's third and short.
I don't know, bro. I do not know.
Let's run it with Samuels instead of like Benny Snell or James Conner.
All right. So my thing is, I'm like, if they like him like that in those situations, maybe they keep him on practice squad and let Benny just kind of be out there. Like I don't know, but yeah, they definitely have seen like Samuel definitely has like a soft spot. Like they have a soft spot in their heart for him. I don't know what the connection is, but yeah. All right.
I'd assume Benny would get picked up by someone as a depth guy.
Yeah, I think he would. With the practice squad rules being what they are, if he's available, it would make sense for any other team to take him. The reason it doesn't make sense for us is because we already have 3 guys on active, and now we're saying, okay, who do you want as your development practice squad guy? You, as a coach, you might say Jalen Samuel because he'll give you a little bit more versatility with the looks in practice. Compared to Benny, we know he's more of your downhill thumper.
It's just with both those guys, though, at this stage in their career, we're not thinking development.
Right. They kind of are who they are. Yeah.
Maybe Snell, maybe, but not too much. That's why I think he'd be itching to get on another team for sure. Yeah. Because he went last year, week 1, we thought he was going to be our RB1. And you see flashes of that. And he's actually played for his first 2 seasons. What his expectations were coming in after being drafted. We didn't think he was going to get much time.
The biggest reason that Benny is in this situation was ball security.
Yep.
It's hard to trust a guy if you got ball security issues.
Came off a really good game. I think
even
it was
that
2019.
Giants game, he had ball security. I'm thinking about the Giants game. That's what was the sour taste in our mouth. Like, you balled out. But if it wasn't for Juju, that could have got dicey. Then we saw it happen again. And you're just like, okay. And we knew the year before, like, he's put the ball on the ground now.
Yeah, and it always sucked because he came off that really good game against the Bengals. And then the next one, I don't know if the Browns were the next one or not, and he might have sat out or he didn't get as much time, but then we gave him an opportunity in the Cardinals game and he fumbled it like in his first carry.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked.
Absolutely, man.
Because you could see flashes from him. You definitely could. Even last year, there's a couple games.
I agree. Ball security though, man. Gotta hold on to that ball and continue to be available, man.
Yeah.